What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the topic of media and the evolution of media to my personal life, which has to do with the entertainment business and the music industry, right? Because there's an evolution within the music industry and how the media within the music industry has changed that's very similar in juxtaposition to just general media as a whole. All right, well, welcome to my TED Talk. My name is Isaiah Stevens. I am a marketing major here at the University of Tampa, and this is my communication project. Thank you again, Professor Smith. I appreciate the conversation that we had a couple of days ago, and just thank you for your consideration and your leniency, your understanding, your empathy. It really helps. But I'll take some behind the scenes footage so you can see. Going back to the last class I attended and just where we are in the book right now, general evolution of media has gone from print with ink, printing press, newspapers, manuscripts. There's still not immediate communication in the sense of, especially during the Cold War, World War I, World War II, you still had Morse code, you still had, again, newspapers. You still had to wait for information, right, in order to do what you wanted to do. But nowadays you have the internet and social media and digitalization, which has allowed the ability to transfer information instantly. I say all this to say, and I give that very concise history of media from physical to digital being my point. Bringing it to the music industry is very similar within the music industry and within the entertainment industry. Specifically in music, I say the music industry started, let's say, in 1940, right? At this point, the music industry is actually the music industry in terms of the business model, the way you cash flow and the way you make money, or the way you disseminate information as a whole within the music business is records, right? Like physical or vinyls. That's the only way that music was disseminated, right? If you wanted to listen to music, you either had to go out to a public place or something where there was a live band or whatever that musician may be, or you could go buy a vinyl at a record store, right? That's in, like, let's say 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, and the artist that comes to mind for me during that time is someone like Ray Charles, where he's making his money and where the media is disseminating from is from being in live, right? You have to see him live and see him play, or you have to buy a vinyl. Now moving into the 70s, 80s, and 90s, everything is still physical, but you have floppy disks or cassette tape. The media is starting to get, even though it's still physical and it's not instantaneous, it's starting to get smaller and it's starting to get more holdable, more like you can't carry a vinyl with you, right? Whereas in 70s, 80s, and 90s, starting to get jukeboxes, headphones, and the cassette tapes. At this point, the evolution of media, let's say from the 40s to the 90s, has been from big vinyl discs to cassettes, floppy disks, things of that nature. I say this to say, although the technology had gotten better to a certain extent, cash flow and the business was still the same in terms of the way you're making money and the way you're disseminating this music is through either live shows or physical mediums. Now, game changer. 2000s come, the internet is here. All of a sudden, you can listen to music for free online. The medium had shifted to digital, which made the record industry panic and crash. People like Mark Cuban with Yahoo and LimeWire, and all of a sudden you're able to listen to music online for free without going to the record store, etc., etc. So now the record industry and the entertainment industry is panicking because that's their only cash flow. That is the business. 2000 through, let's say, 2010, tanked. When I say tanked, I mean the record industry sales dropped probably like 40-50%. So at this point, showing the evolution of media, we're now in the digital age. And this is still early stage of the digital age, so people are still figuring it out, but all entertainment and all the music industries is out of whack. Moving into 2010s, between 2010 and 2020, this decade was super pivotal, and I'm sure as we've all lived through, super pivotal in terms of social media. Let's just imagine Facebook in 2010 versus Facebook now. Remember if you had Instagram in 2010 versus Instagram now. To be honest, I don't think Instagram came out until 2014, but specifically within the music entertainment business, as Facebook and Instagram Instagram and Snapchat come to fruition, people are starting to realize, yo, we will never be able to go back to the era where our main source of income are selling records. It's impossible. Now, it doesn't mean we can't make money, it's just the way you make money, the cash flow, what you're selling is changing. And I say that to say, 2015, 2020, you have the advent of all these social media platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and all of a sudden, media has changed to not only digital, but to immersive digitalness. Before, yeah, you had records and you could find music on LimeWire, but none of it looked good. It was all very cataloged and user interface. The design was not good at all. And as media changes, not only are you cataloging things and putting things on the web, but you're creating content, you're making videos, you're posting photos. This has now become a new marketing tool within itself that has never been seen before. So at this point, speaking to the evolution of media within itself, where we have come from in the 1900s to 2015 is astronomical in the sense of you would have never thought that you could communicate instantaneously regardless of things like FaceTime. Think about how revolutionary FaceTime is. Media and getting press out there or selling records has now gone from print magazines and selling vinyls to streaming, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all your favorite streaming apps for music. And then for press and marketing is content, posting photos and videos on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, etc. That is how much media has changed just in 2015. And that's how much media has affected the record industry. So now from 2015 to 2023, where we are right now, media has only gotten more immersive. Now you have virtual reality. Apple just came out with this virtual reality headset that costs like $4,000. And the idea is that you wear this actually as a part of your daily routine in terms of when you put it on, it's like you can still see the world, but it's like a video game or a movie where you can swipe and touch things on your world, on your view. Back to the industry, back to the music industry. The music industry doesn't even care about your music anymore, to be honest. You know what the music industry cares about? How many followers you have and how you're able to monetize that. At this point, the music industry is not interested in musicians or artists. They're interested in content creators. So that is how the evolution of media has changed the game. Moving forward, it's gonna be who can create the best and most valuable content, bar none. And in terms of media as a whole, the next evolution is virtual reality. Is putting microchips in your skin, things in your brain to be able to communicate like telepathically. Personally, my opinion on it, I don't like it. I hate it. I think it's scary, man. I think it's dystopian, and people already have enough trouble connecting with each other, man, and putting more barriers between that is not gonna help. But at the same time, I would not be able to do my job without digital media the way it is right now. It has literally provided me the opportunity to live off of my passion, off of what I love. As much as I might complain or as much as I say that, yo, I don't like it, I mean, like, pays the bills. And that's my synopsis of the evolution of media and specifically how it relates to me in terms of how it's related to the music industry. My theories for the future. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening to my podcast. This is episode 1 of many. Bless.